Hey everyone! Oh my God, that was a weird little hitch there. I don't know what that was. Welcome back to Sakura Zoo, and I think I found my most favorite view, which I think is like it's right here. I don't know what it is, but I love this, and I am yeah, I just love it. You can't go wrong. You gotta love the work that you do, I guess, at the end of the day. But that's enough of just kind of hanging around and looking at our guests entering in. Today is all about working on an area that I don't really show on any of our any of the videos that I do. It's a live stream exclusive, for lack of better term. It is our backstage area. And when I say backstage area, I mean this is a backstage area that's all about creating some areas that will help to create a self-sustaining zoo. And what I mean by that is like we really want to focus on conservation and all those tactics that would normally be associated with zoos. And one of the biggest things that zoos have to contend with is feeding all of their animals. And anything that they can do to subsidize that cost, such as growing their own vegetables, is key to success. And that is what we're going to work with today. We're going to work with this little plot of land. We're going to create a garden and go from there. And Birdie, I totally agree. It is not overwhelming. So this is what we're working on today, an exclusive live stream build, if you will. So thanks for joining along on this video and this build. And as always, feel free to share your feedback in the comments. It's how we all improve. It's how we all grow. And if you have some tips or tricks or things that you want to see me kind of do a little bit differently, or if you just want to say that what I built is terrible, let me know, because that is super important as well. So without further ado, let's kind of dig in on this one. But how is everybody's weekend? It's just the start for the majority of people, so it's coming. It's coming along. I was smart today. Not that you can see it, but I legitimately pulled up a bunch of photos of what I want to kind of build today. So hopefully, hopefully it's not too crazy. How do I want to work this? I feel like any normal garden of any type requires something that we can just kind of denote, like a fence. And I really like... I really like this fence wall. I really like how this looks. I'm just annoyed that it's not the right size, you know what I mean? Oh, coffee. Coffee with people is always important. We're heading to, I don't know if you guys have it where you are. We have what's called Kettleman's Bagels. And it's it's a homemade bagel store. And they have like a deal going on right now, which is like $1 per bagel. Hey, Sparrow. Welcome to the stream. Well, I appreciate you you coming and hanging out with us. Yeah, it's they're pretty. I'm a huge fan of Kettleman's Bagels. You can't go wrong with what they do. That's for sure. So anyway, they have this $1 per bagel thing, and I am so excited for it. But my week has been super busy, and not busy with probably what people might think it would be busy with. Because we are, and Birdie can attest to this, we are in the very early planning phases of creating a Star Wars RPG campaign. And our first session kicks off tomorrow. And I am so excited to start that. It's I've always wanted to play Star Wars tabletop, and I think we are gonna have an absolute blast. All right, well, you know what? You can take any weapon you want. I'm not too worried about from a timeline perspective. So, like, uh, of course, and I guess this is just gonna kind of like call out exactly who I am. We can't like we have to keep in mind some things associated with the game. So, like, the our session takes place after the Battle of Yavin, approximately five or so years. So we just need to make sure that we're taking that in consideration. But that, other than that, it's, you know, whatever you want. Cattle prod is a go. I feel worried, but I am so excited. I can't wait, honestly. It's like I feel like it's just around the corner. It is literally tomorrow. This time, pretty close to this time tomorrow, actually. I feel like, oh god, what am I doing? I'm low-key really worried about how this is going to turn out. Let's see what we can build. Why are we building on a slope? That seems really awfully weird. There's one piece in Planet Zoo that I'm shocked that doesn't actually exist in the main game. It's the Zen Pebbles. You want to know why? I know why it's all messing up on me. It's because I had a line to surface on. We are building rather, because I will say we. It's because you have just as much creative freedom on this build as I do. We're building a garden for a little bit of a more sustainable aspect of the zoo. So that is our goal today. Whether or not we succeed is a different story, but what is life without trying new things? But yeah, like I was saying, it's all about this live stream series is all about building something that's not going to ever make it into a video for Planet Zoo. So this will not be cut up and put as an actual video. This is the only place you will see these builds. It's kind of like a more exclusive style. So yeah, and then I'm committed. I'm committed to doing one live stream per month. Maybe a few more, who knows? But one live stream per month. I think we all know. Yeah, 100% when inspiration strikes. We're going to use Sparrow's favorite piece, which is the Indonesian stained timber. And then if we have the time, which I'm sure we will, maybe we'll do a little bit of a flyover and check out the zoo and what it currently looks like. Because it's part of the fun as well, seeing how your zoo comes together. We need a little bit more of a toned down color, I feel. Something a little bit more natural looking. And what else would we have when it was something like this? I feel like we would need footings on this. Something like this. It is definitely for crops, so it's supposed to be. I don't think there's enough pieces in the game to actually create like a nice looking garden, but I like the idea of adding some footing. So this is like kind of like the framework associated with it. Just up a little bit of extra flair. I feel like my music is a little too loud. We're definitely going to have some tall crops. And my thought process is like right here, I might turn it into, I am playing music. Oh, you can't hear it. Hang on 2 seconds. Let me know if you can hear it. Should be picking it up. That's kind of weird. You don't hear any music at all, eh? That's kind of awkward. Okay. Hang on 2 seconds. The birds are loud enough. I can modify our desktop audio. Let me know if that helps. Okay. I must have just had it a little too low. We have our planter box. Let's just we'll just copy this over before we wreck it all. Now we need some vegetables. I feel like one of my biggest issues with Planet Zoo is whenever I build a blueprint, I always end up screwing it up somehow. So I didn't realize I'm working on like the original blueprint. Hey, Liz, welcome to the stream. Thank you. They're coming along, that's for sure. I don't know what it is though, why these keep on kind of like rotating slightly off. I mean, we could have some pumpkins. It's not as realistic. I don't know where we would feed pumpkins to anything. Now we need a little bit of like, I don't know, vine work? Not vines. We need some type of foliage that would kind of connect all these together. That's a good question. So we have the Binturong. We have the Binturong, the Chinese pangolin, the palace cat. What else do we have in here? I'm actually currently, it's a good question. A mirror leopard, Arctic fox, small clawed otter, Binturong, Chinese pangolin, palace cat, red panda, snow leopard, and Japanese cock. Oh, hang on. Look at that. And let's add. Where's the bramble? It kind of looks like a overgrown pumpkin patch, I think. I think that works. We're going to do that, and then... Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of that. But you know what every garden requires? It's kind of like it's a minimum requirement. It needs some type of garden house. And I think I know what wood we should use. The stained wood. I wanted to make it interior, but I guess like we don't really need an interior on our garden house. It's not like an actual requirement. Hey, Sledge. That's a great question, and we have, let's see if I can do this off the top of my head without looking anymore. We have the Binturong, Chinese pangolin, Pallas's cat, Asian small-clawed otter, Arctic fox, a Amur leopard, snow leopard, and the Japanese macaque. Is that right? Is that all of them? Oh, the red panda. I forgot the red panda. How could I do that? Oh no, not the red panda. I'm gonna live forever in just pure self-loathing on that one. But it's coming along. Our next habitat, I will give you guys a sneak peek of our next habitat. It is going to be for the panda, and I have a place for the panda, and I know where I'm gonna put it. Now, will it work? Who knows? But I think that's part of the experience. Just trying things out, seeing if it works. I'm actually really excited for it, though. So if we were to do, no, it was not my first animal. The Bintrong was my first animal. I fucking love the Bintrong, man. Best animal ever. Their popcorn smell, can't go wrong. But, so, and hear me out on this one. What would your thoughts be on a live stream exclusive habitat? It is not. So this is actually going to be a world zoo. Right now we're just focusing on Asian animals, but we are going to be moving over to other continents. The goal is to make this a full world zoo. So it's kind of a struggle. It's going to happen though. We're going to make it together. We'll make this work. The proboscis monkeys. That's a good idea. We would have to, I think we'd have to start working on a whole new section for the proboscis monkeys though. So maybe, so okay, yeah, so going back to what I was originally going to say. What if, just hear me out on this. What if we create, what if we do an animal that's only going to be built on live stream? Because I like these kind of exclusive live stream builds that you're not going to see in a regular thing. Oh yeah, I turned off the notifications. But Sludge Sports, subscribe. Thanks for subscribing, Sludge. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. I think the first time that happened, when I first started streaming, I almost died because I had no idea what it was, and it gave me an absolute heart attack. But we can do a live stream animal. Oh, but then you could watch the VOD. And we do actually name the animals. All the animals are named by people on YouTube. So whenever we post a video, I always ask for people to come up with some names. Currently, we have the running theme is essentially food. So I haven't actually named them all just yet. But they are coming. Yeah, just join on the VOD squad. You know what my favorite window in this game is? And feel free to disagree. It's the Planet Zoo window. Oh, okay, that was a happy accident. I meant to hit black and I hit the red. And just look how that pops though. Yeah, I can. We can definitely take a look. Not all of them, like I said, not all of them have actually been named. I've been kind of slacking on that, and we're playing in franchise mode, which means that unfortunately, animals have passed away, and I have to rename them. That color actually works really well. That's a happy accident. Let's go with more traditional, like Japanese color scheme, I guess. And then what if we do... I want this to pop just a little bit more. Nice solid black. But you know, like if it's not something we want to do, or we want to do like an animal habitat, we could do some other things. We could maybe renovate some habitats. But yeah, just it's a thought. It kind of make it a little bit more exclusive or unique, and just have some fun. I try to stream at least once a month. It helps me out, gives me a little bit of a break from like doing actual videos. But the goal is to stream once a month for sure. We have another nice little black going on here. Sadly, I don't actually have a local zoo where I live. Our local zoo is something like 4 and a bit hours away, unfortunately. But that zoo does not have the binturong, actually. It's very rare to see a binturong in a zoo. Just the nature of the animal. They're not a very common animal to see in zoos. And then before I forget, let's just turn this into a blueprint. Yeah, it's binturongs are actually very hard to keep. From what I understand, binturongs are very hard, or very difficult rather, to keep in like a zoo from that perspective. It doesn't always work out, which is sadly it's unfortunate, because I think binturongs are amazing animals. Not as amazing as the giraffe, which is my like personal favorite animal. Everybody loves giraffe. Kind of gotta like bedazzle this building just a little bit. Gotta get it a little bit more unique, you know. Just needs something a little extra. I did not. The windows are right there. But hey, zoo, welcome. We're giving it a unique flair to an area that nobody will ever view. Oh, yeah, you know what? You are right. I did. I see what you meant now. I see what you meant, and you are so right. Where did that window go? There it is. I take it back, Zoo. You were right. You were right. I actually don't know, Sledge. I'm not aware of... I don't actually know what section I'm going to work on. It's kind of like... My build process is a little weird in the sense that I kind of just like... I just build what I have fun with, because Planet Zoo is always about having fun. So I don't really have a rhyme or reason. I have some ideas, but maybe we'll take some time on this stream to determine the next steps. and go from there. Liz, I'm with you. The amount of stuff that I forget is recolorable is astonishing. There we go. Nice little support building for this this garden. Add in some additional Zen petals. Coming together. We're gonna make this a little bit bigger. I think we'll put a custom one right there. Hey, Marcel, welcome. But yes, we have a few ideas. We have so much that we could do with the zoo, and as part of the live stream, we can actually talk about that. I am totally cool to do that because part of the goal of the channel was always to engage and work with everybody else and have fun together. So why not do that? You know what I mean? And hey, if you want to play a Star Wars RPG game, you're also welcome to do that. Come join us over there. Because we are in the midst of planning that one. Okay, so... oh, so I did this once, and I actually really like how this looked. When you forget to put something as part of the same build group, this is what happens. Yeah, you're right. I should have a beekeeper section. We actually have quite a bit of space to work with. So I think we can maybe work that in. I agree. I actually really like how this looks, though. Let's just, we'll fill this in a little bit more, like that. Hey, Alfred, what's going on, man? Alright, the last thing we need to do here, and have a little bit of fun with this. Every time I try to look for this piece, I always think about typing in eavesdrop, and I keep on forgetting it's not called an eavesdrop. And that bothers me so much. Okay, so I've allocated 2 hours to this. But so what we'll do is before the full hour, before the full 2 hours runs dry, we will take a look at the rest of the zoo, and we can see how things are kind of going. And you guys can see some of the animals, and we can kind of take a look, and you can see if I can remember all the names, because I might have been slacking on that. I like the idea. I agree, Alex. I really like the idea of having it like some type of like enrichment or like education aspect of it. It's a very valid. Now we just need to make the connection. I feel like this is going to be the best way to do it. And we're probably just going to have to move this out. That looks terrible, though. That does not look good. And we can say that. You could unleash the swarm of bees on the guests who litter and complain about pointless stuff. I agree. The view of these bees are terrible. Unleash the swarm. Alright, it's gonna have to, this is gonna have to do. We're gonna have to jerry-rig this a little bit. Oh, that actually looks really bad, though. Like, we're gonna get rid of that. That's not a good build. That's not good. Thanks, Dirty. Thanks for hanging out, Dirty. I really appreciate that. And have fun on your coffee meetup. We may circle back to this zoo on the gutter piece. I don't know how I feel about. Maybe we just don't offer. Maybe we don't have a gutter, and that's okay. We don't need gutters on everything. Kind of like hit or miss, you know. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. Can we color any of these? Yeah. Color this one. And some mulch. Stick this in here like so, and add a cabbage. It's almost like they're transporting some cabbages, you know? Favorite pack? Tell me I'm wrong. Feel free. I'm always open to this conversation. Conservation pack is by far my favorite pack. It's so useful. So many cool things in this pack. You know what? No, it's this is like my favorite pack. I feel like the conservation pack is like so like really overlooking in terms of like abilities and capabilities and stuff like that. I don't know. That's my thought process. I love it. So many versatile pieces. More so because it gives you the opportunity to build like backstage stuff, which we don't always have the access to, you know? Why did you do that? Why would you say that, Zoo? All right, let's try this out. Okay, hang on. Let's put it right here. Let's get our dirt color going here. I'm gonna do a separate one. And then we're gonna turn this into a group. And then we're gonna have some fun. And we'll turn off a line of surface. We don't need that on. All right, let's see how this looks once we adjust the color, you know? Yeah, you know what, Zoo? That works. So this is called the Zen Pebbles. It's not available in the base game, so it's kind of weird. So this is actually cut content. It never made it into the game. But hang on 2 seconds here. I actually pretty sure this exists on the workshop. Yeah, hang on. You can find it there. So I use two mods. I use PC Plus and Free Build, which also enables the Zen Pebbles. But you can actually just download that if you want to go to that Steam link. It'll take you to Leaf's page, and he's kindly put all the Zen Pebbles there as well. So you guys can get it in your base game without having to download any mods or anything like that. Zoo, you're right. The grunge really adds in like that dirt look. You are 100% correct. They definitely have their time and place. There's actually quite a few of them. You get a full range of Zen Pebbles. So this is actually the blueprint that you can get. So it has for me, it's these circular pieces that I really like, because you can do quite a bit with it. So if you wanted to kind of like have like a more rounded edge, I don't know. It's a huge fan of these pebbles. Sad that it never actually made it into the base game and it was kind of considered cut content. It's such a shame. Oh, the moss technique. You always giving me more work to do. That's what I'm hearing. It's coming together. Okay, so we can have like the leopards, lions. Okay, hang on. Let me finish up with this, and I'll show you what we've done, and we can figure out next steps. Because I like what you're thinking, and it is getting up time for us to transition into a different area for sure. Because I will be honest, it's kind of getting a little boring building all these Asian animals. Nothing wrong with Asian animals. Now we need some tomatoes. Let's see here. We want press a wall square. Oh, yeah, I actually forgot to do that. You are right. Hang on. There we go. I get distracted when it comes to building. I will be the first person to admit that. I really like how this looks. And admittedly, this is not like a guest won't be back here, so what we can do, we can kind of cheat on this one. It doesn't have to look perfect. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. And what we need... Hang on, let's go check out over here. See if maybe we can kind of use any of these. And there we go, we have a tomato patch. Is it perfect? No. Yeah, Sakura Zoo is huge. It's huge compared to what we've had. Can you imagine all of this in just a few months? So we'll take a quicker look, though. We'll take a more in-depth look in just a little bit, though, because we are running out of time. Admittedly, time is everything. All right, Zoo, teach me your ways. So you were saying that you adjust this color to match. And then you kind of just like layer it underneath. Is that right? I can see that. The slight color changes. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Just see my piece count going way higher now because of this. It does. I see the benefit. 100%. I see the benefit. Okay, so admittedly, we don't have any like actual oranges, like singular oranges in this game. So we're just gonna pretend that these apples are oranges. That's what we're gonna do. And they just so happen to put them in a box called apples. I like the idea of like some new hire just didn't want to work, so kind of just like threw the rake down right in the center here. Not too shabby looking, eh? It's coming together. Look at this. The zoo just schooling me on how I build right now. Hey, Sparrow, welcome back. Alright, I know how to do this. Such a struggle, though. There we go. Thanks, Sparrow. It's coming along. It's making its way. Now we have to figure out what we're gonna do here. We could do more smaller ones. There's nothing wrong with that. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll actually... we'll utilize the grass panels. Now, what pack did the bee... there was the bee thing come from? Is it the conservation pack? I have never actually used this piece before. It's right here. Look at that. We have the Insect Hotel. Good for small animals if we were to ever add in anything like that. And yeah, actually I just found a really cool beehive. And I literally just downloaded it. Beekeeper's Collection. Oh, it's not letting me find it. Let me try this again here. There we go. And then we need our namesake tree. I actually don't even know it. I don't think it does, because it's not listed as a. It's not listed under the facilities tab, and normally that's the requirement. It is one of my. I love the cherry blossom trees. Camera freak out. Not bad for like a little start to a garden, eh? It's coming together, and then we'll just kind of flesh it out a little bit more. There is something. There's what build can I make that never has some type of sunshade? I don't think it exists. I don't think I've ever not built something without a sunshade. It is a garden. I don't know why a garden would have a sunshade, don't get me wrong, but I just like sunshades. Looking for... Okay. I do recall there was a day that I watched you live stream, and then it made me boot up PC as well. I do recall that day. That it does. It watching people build in Planet Zoo definitely gives me the itch. So I'm not gonna show. So we are gonna take a quick look at the zoo, but we're not gonna go through the mountains of Asia area just yet. And the reason why is because I have a tour planned with somebody super special. I have a tour planned with a zoo for that area. So just a quick tour for the two of us to go through and take a look at all the stuff that we built. So sorry, I did say sparrow, right? I'm positive I said sparrow. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just crazy. But anyway, so we will take a look at everything shortly. But just keep that in mind. We may not have we may not do like a full tour if you catch my drift. Or a full like fly through. We'll take a look though, regardless. Okay, so there's nothing special about this. This is just kind of like an accent piece. I wouldn't even call it a sunshade, to be entirely honest with you. Work definitely does cramp the ability to play Planet Zoo. If I didn't need to, I would not. I would make this my job. And who knows, maybe one day it will become my job. That would be amazing, to be entirely honest. The dream right there. I'm gonna be honest. I thought we would get through this so quickly, and I did not plan for it to take as long as it has. Gonna have to rejig this just a tad. We'll do that off camera. It's a little too high. I feel like that looks a lot better. I think that's the right height. That's the right height. Yeah, so it's not a real sunshade, but it definitely adds a little bit of flavor to the area. So I think we're moving on in the right direction. Uh, I have definitely had that happen before. I'm not gonna lie, Alex. I've definitely started playing Planet Zoo and just neglected my entire day. I think a lot of people do that. To be entirely honest, it's natural. So we still have to work out the rest of the area, and maybe we'll probably just end up copying a lot of this and adding it through. But this is going to be the start to our backstage staff only area, and I think that's the important caveat here. It's staff only. But it's coming along. I really dig this. Now, I said we would take a look at the zoo as where it stands right now. We'll do a quick fly through. So what we do, or what we have rather, this is the parking lot. Obviously not done. Still have lots of work we have to do. Going to add in a city in the background there. But we enter in through here, and we are currently in the west gate, which is actually not true. I think we're actually at the south gate, not the west gate. So I have to update that. But we have our entrance. And when we come through our entrance, we're presented with two habitats we can visit. We can visit the Binturong, which was our first build, which has to be one of my most favorite builds. I think I love how this all turned out. Or we can visit the Chinese pangolin, and we may move the pangolins to a different habitat and reuse this for something else, I think. Now, here's the important thing for you guys all, so you can kind of get a sneak peek. Right here, I think we're going to put our panda habitat. So we're going to have it kind of go around, go up like that, and we're going to have a really interesting viewing angle, I think, for the panda. So I'm really excited to kind of build that, because it's like an iconic animal. We want to do something extravagant and unique for it, so I think that's what we're going to do. Over here, we have one of my favorite habitats. We have our Asian small-clawed otter. And you can see them kind of swimming around. And let's see if maybe one of them will do it. Let's see here. There is one up here. Playing around in the mud pit. But they can actually climb up here. So this is like the favorite thing, is like they can actually go up here, climb up under this one. So they can actually go up both ways. But they may not want to do it. We have lots of babies. We have Tart. Sour, I think it's one of our babies that doesn't have a name. Bitter, Sweet. We have lots of names. Umami. One of my cool. It's just a really cool sightline from a habitat perspective. And then we have our palace cats. I don't see them. Oh, they're sleeping. That's why. So they haven't been renamed yet, or rather, they were renamed and then. Unfortunately, the parents passed away, and then we've had to repopulate the habitat, so we've got to rename them. We have our red pandas. So there's something weird going on, which is they have access to water, but they always ignore it. It's kind of frustrating. And these people are apparently stuck. And then when we head over here, we head into our Mountains of Asia area. We'll just do a quick fly through. So we have a few habitats, which we'll get a more in-depth look at later. Arctic fox, a mer leopard, Japanese peacock, snow leopard, and our latest build, which is actually just right here, which is kind of like our guest food court area, which I thought came together really well. So we have like a washroom and then some food, because we actually didn't have any food in our entire zoo, so this helps it a lot. Again, one of my most favorite views. And how could we miss talking about the supporter wall? So we have 3 supporters, and then that's kind of the end, with the exception of this really random build over here. I built this one day, and it's like kind of like a Japanese garden. It's not traversable, although somebody has actually encouraged me to make it traversable, so maybe I will do that one day. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can do that right now. Yeah, so the only downside is some of those like janky. It's because there is no land under here, so everything's floating. You get kind of some kind of jankiness. So I'm gonna fight with that one day, see if maybe we can actually make it work. But yeah, so that's it for the habitat. Not many animals here yet, but it's quite a large build overall. So you can see quite a bit has gone into it. So if we were to do an African area, which makes total sense, African animals, the largest area from a zoo perspective, it's going to be a pretty big endeavor. Because remember, this is going to be a national zoo, like an international zoo. So we want animals, as many animals as we can fit in here. So if we were to do this, I feel like this would be the natural transition into the African area. So what we can do is we have the elevated area right here. We can kind of work within the elevated area. We can maybe slip in some type of animal that would transition from Asia to Africa, because we have a perfect place for that right here. And then this can all be of our African animals. So if we were to do that, let's take a look. Now we're planning. I did not expect to do this. What do you think would be a good transition animal to go from Asia to Africa? We could do the bonobo, only because it is a very tropical theme, and Asia with it's very foresty. So we could do the bonobo. Or the Sifika. I've not built for the Sifika yet. The hippo. The hippo would be an awesome animal to build for. I love the hippo. Again, not as favored as the... not as good as the reticulated giraffe, though. Just saying. But yeah, so food for thought. Maybe a gorilla. That'd be interesting. Although I feel like if we were to do a gorilla, we would need something. We need some type of like internal building to support that. So a lot of options available to us from a next habitat. But I like the idea of transitioning into Africa. So I think maybe we'll go with that idea. I think that's gonna work out the best. But that is Sakura Zoo in a nutshell. We do have our staff area. The majority of everything has interiors, so full interiors. So if we were to take a look over here as an example, everything is set up from an interior perspective. So with the exception of just like a few habitats, I don't think we actually built interior sections for, but everything otherwise is set up. So that's where we're at right now. Weirdly enough, this actually has an upstairs section. There's a door leading to it, but it doesn't actually work. What else? What other backstage areas that are really cool? I like this one. Excuse the janky water. This messes up every time I reload the game. But normally they can swim in there, but they don't, because it's all jankiness. But this is our backstage area, and then this is also like I think one of my favorite things. Blob called me out on this, was having our benches stack on top of each other. So if you don't have this, free build is an excellent way to change how you can build, and it allows you to take things that are on the grid or that you would not normally be able to flip around, and you can kind of flip them upside down. So I stack some benches together. One area that we haven't built from a backstage perspective, and I'm kind of embarrassed about it, is our red panda. So it's here. This is it's all set up, but I haven't put anything in there from a backstage perspective. And then some backstage areas over here are kind of still in the works and stuff like that. But yeah, that's Sakura Zoo. It's gonna be really interesting doing an African area with a Asian twist, if you will. So like African buildings, but with like more traditional Japanese style architecture. I think it'll look really cool. Trying to incorporate a lot of Asian trees within the African area. I think will be fun. But yeah, that's it. Does anybody want to see anything in particular about Sakura Zoo while we kind of plot away at this? Where's my pink door? Simply Zoological's pink door is over here. This is her pink door. This is actually 100% her idea. We needed something to transition to an area, and what better way than to go with one of these really cool North African doors, and then go from there. Add from free roaming swans. That would be really interesting. I feel like we would have to leave them, like walk them to a certain area, otherwise we might see them interacting with animals that maybe we don't want them to. But I like the idea. Let me take that away. Let me try to work that in. It's super easy to do it. We'll just make one giant habitat, and then let them, and we'll just populate it with a bunch of swans. We can do that. I really like how this is actually another one of my favorite views. Just watching the guests walk by, the pink door in the background works really well. We have some torii gates, kind of setting everything up. And if you don't recall, in our last video, I had mentioned that our zoo was sitting at like a whopping 2.5 stars. So we've almost gotten up to 4 with the food, so that's always important. But we may not have enough staff. I feel like maybe we don't have enough mechanics. We'll add a few more. One thing about franchise mode I will share. I forgot to set up work zones for everybody, so I spent a little while setting up keeper work zones. And then I have some like overflow just in case. Yeah, so let's see here, animal names. So we have Mowgli and Bagheera, and then they have apparently they have a little baby. We have Tangerine and Nectarine for our Arctic foxes. Our Asian Simulclad otters, we have sweet, tart, sour, umami, and bitter. And for our binturongs, because we have a lot of them now, salt and butter, and then caramel. These two are our babies. We are going to release them into the wilderness. For our Chinese pangolins, we have branch and twig. Those are the OGs. And then from the Japanese macaques, which we have a lot. I thought I named them. They're all named after mountains, so I have to rename them because these are not the right names. Same for the palace cats. I have to figure that out. For the red pandas, we have Pumpkin and Spice. And those are our 2 original red pandas hanging out. And then our snow leopards, we don't have any names yet. So names are still up in the air for the snow leopard. So feel free to share some name suggestions. Not the palace's cats, because we actually already have names for them. Sadly, I just with the change in animals. But yeah, snow leopards. What are your suggestions for the snow leopards? Need 1 male and 1 female. Tai Lung for the male. Okay, so that's one suggestion. Wait, what else? What else we got out there? If we have Tai Lung, Sludge, you have a name suggestions? I'm positive. Marshmallow, I love that. Marshmallow actually fits with the theme of food as well. So we can do Tai Lung and marshmallow. I love it. Okay, hang on. I have to go look them up. I have them written down in another book. It's just not. It's just not nearby. I learned to write down all the names because, again, life happens. Okay, so we're gonna call. So Tai Lung has to be the male. That makes the most sense. And then what we can do is we can go Marshmallow for this. I like the story behind that, Alex. We have Marshmallow and Tai Lung. And that is what it is. They are now forever called Marshmallow and Tai Lung. I actually really like the idea of Tai Lung. I never thought about that. That fits so well, Alex. Such a good idea. Such a fantastic idea. But yeah, so we still have lots of work to do over here, which will be soon. It'll be in an episode later. Might do an aviary to transition from one area to the other. I think that's going to be the most sense when it comes to Planet Zoo. But I love this. Our red pandas. I love that they can kind of. It's such a cool. You can't go wrong with that. That's such a. I love the backstories, especially when you have like animals. Oh, hang on. Oh, I missed it. I paused it just at the wrong time. I love when you see the red pandas kind of stand up on their back legs and kind of look around. I'm so sad that it's a little janky from the climbing, but this is Sakura Zoo. So I think as a treat for everybody who's still here, because we're gonna wrap this up here, let's take a quick trip down memory lane for those who remember. We're gonna take a look at Ottawa Zoo. Ottawa Zoo was the first zoo I ever built, and I always like going back at it because it's a nice lets you kind of see how you've improved over the years. Let's see here. I think it's this one. I can't believe it's been this long. It's been a long time since we were in Ottawa Zoo. We'll go sandbox mode so we can kind of play around with the lighting and stuff like that. But I had a lot of fun with this zoo, and it really encouraged me and challenged me to build some crazy things. Which, like, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Just having fun and building new things. Alex, I hope you know that Tai Lung is going to have that story moving forward. Tai Lung is named Tai Lung because of the Kung Fu Panda movies. So that's forever what it's going to be. Now, Ottawa Zoo runs a little rough. It's we're gonna pause it. Kind of feel you can feel the frame rates. But this is our first zoo. Let's see how. I think the crazy part about this is that like Sakura Zoo is probably almost the same size as Ottawa Zoo, which is pretty wild. But yeah, this was my first zoo. We did go back in and renovate quite a bit of it though. But this is the end product, and you can kind of feel it chug a little bit. And weirdly enough, one of my first streams was actually this habitat, which was for the gray seal. You can kind of see them swimming around. And I remember this quite fondly because Sparrow toured this zoo one day, and she's like, oh, he does like backstages everywhere, and she came back here and she's like, oh, there's no backstage back here though. I still remember that to this day. It's crazy though to see like how I've improved or not improved for that matter. You can definitely see a lot of like similarities between the two, but we have our moose. These are all like North American animals. It's purely a North American animal habitat, zoo rather. But yeah, this is Ottawa Zoo. It was a fun time. I had a lot of fun watching that video. In some of the habitats, so all these habitats have been rebuilt from my first attempt. But this is what we were dealing with. Now, something really cool. I actually still have it, I think. So that's what Ottawa Zoo looks like after I rebuilt it. This is what Ottawa Zoo looked like as it was being built. And this is not good, I don't think. I think this is the right file. Oftentimes I'll build something and I'll get so embarrassed that I can't look at it ever again. But it is immortalized on YouTube, actually. I think all of my builds are immortalized on YouTube. Oh yeah, this is it. This is the OG Ottawa Zoo. It's so weird looking at this. This is our beaver habitat. And then it kind of runs into our timber wolf habitat. Over here we have our bison habitat. And then we have a bear habitat. Man, look at these bills. Weirdly enough, we have we have an armadillo habitat. And then we have we kind of go over here. We have a reindeer habitat, and an Arctic wolf habitat, and an Arctic fox habitat. So it's crazy when you look at this, like the quality of work for my first builds, and then you look at the rebuilds, and then you look at the other zoos. It's pretty wild. I struggled so hard with this building. This is not good. I'm embarrassed to even look at this. For some reason, there's an animal hanging out here. But this was Ottawa Zoo. Thank God I rebuilt it though. Hey, Blob. We're going down memory lane looking at this terrible Ottawa Zoo draft. God, it looks so rough. So embarrassed. None of the trees are actually part of all the trees are individual items. Oh my god, this entire thing is individual items. That's annoying. Thank God I rebuilt. Thank God I rebuilt this. What other zoos can we take a look at? We can look at Iguazu. I actually really like Iguazu. There is one zoo that you guys won't be able to take a look at, and it is Oasis Zoo, because Oasis Zoo is going to be my next project after Sakura Zoo. We're going to rebuild Oasis Zoo, because I like the name, and I like the idea behind it, and the architecture behind it. Hate the zoo. But isn't that like life, where you build something, and you're like, God, I hate this, and then you never want to look at it again? And you are your own worst critic, because it's probably not bad, although I will say Ottawa Zoo was bad. The first Ottawa Zoo was bad. But, man, like, what a trip. I need a new computer at this rate. I just want to say, I started the rebuild train with Ottawa Zoo, and that was like 1.5 years ago. Just saying, I was the OG rebuilder. It lived with me. It started with me. Iguazu? I really like Iguazu. huge fan. South American only animals. So every zoo I've done, they've always been like niche zoos for only one area of animal. So Sakura Zoo being like a world zoo is going to be pretty crazy. I don't know, I love some of these features. This stone wall over here. Like the tiered stone wall. I love that. My favorite thing, weirdly enough, was building this this restroom with a view. So you can, as you're washing your hands, you can view over here. Gene and I will discuss this. And then we have our maned wolf. And our mini golf course that was built by Beaver. This is such a really cool. So he built all of this for Igwa Zoo. And then, but yeah, so we have Igwa Zoo, we have Oasis Zoo, which you can't see just yet. Sakura Zoo, Ottawa Zoo. So quite a few zoos on the go. Or rather, not on the go. We've kind of finished them all. But I figured we'd go down like memory lane and take a look, and see what's up and what's going on here. Because this was really fun. I really enjoyed this. This was we built this on stream actually, and I think the joke was the amount of people that would climb up here to throw themselves into the leopard habitat. Yeah, our jaguar habitat, that's what it was. So we had to inadvertently create some type of way to prevent them from doing that. So we have these ropes in place to stop them from jumping. But this is that's it. This was Igwa Zoo. We also have our giant Aldera tortoises, which was the day that I installed PZ Plus to get the smaller hitboxes. Because these guys are huge. And weirdly enough, they can make it through this little hole. Let's see if they'll actually go through this hole. No, they're all going to take a nap instead. Which, like, totally well-deserved. Oh, here we go. I'm amazed that this guy can make it through. Just barely. The flying tree. Oh gosh. This is our mountaintop view area because you get literally this gorgeous view of the mountains of Igwa, Igwa Falls, or the Igwa National Park. Because Igwa Zoo was built near Igwa Falls, which is actually part of a national park in Argentina. But I always I would love to just sit here and look out like this. I would love the animals, but I would love this even more. Oh boy. Memory lane for sure. Sadly, though, we kind of built ourselves into a corner, so we can't really go any further. They are super pretty. Just like seeing them in the background and having this view of it was like, man, it was just amazing. Sadly, I deleted all the all of my stuff here because when I moved on to a new zoo, so I don't have access to it anymore. So that's why you don't see any of the items there anymore. But yeah, I have them kicking around somewhere just in case. Oh, and these monkeys. I actually really like this habitat too. Although weirdly enough, the capuchin monkey does not climb on everything. Yeah, they mostly stick to the vines up top. And the water's a little murky, but I think it fits with the idea of having like an Amazonian river. It's a little murky and a little dirty looking, but they can't get into it. They climb up the trees, oddly enough. This guy might do it. Yeah, see the... No. So usually what they do is they'll climb up this tree or this tree right here. Let's see if we can get them to do it, though. We have 2 keepers giving them water. It's definitely not a good use of their time. Oh, there we go. We have 1. Right there. He's going to climb down this tree, I think. Yeah. So, it was pretty wild. I went through a lot of trouble building this, and they don't even really use it. They always kind of hang out on the treetops, which I guess like makes more sense. Yeah, I admittedly also have to be more productive, so I actually have to also get going. Hence the reason why we're going down memory lane. So I'm gonna leave it here, guys. Thanks for joining, though. I really appreciate it. Before you guys all leave, though, I am gonna let you guys know we have a Discord, and you can kind of make that. You kind of make sense. You're hearing a lot of conversations that are happening on the side, stuff like that. So we have a Discord, and everybody is welcome to join this Discord if they want. So you can kind of hang out, talk Planet Zoo, talk a few other games if you want, but we're predominantly Planet Zoo, which makes the most sense. So if you give me 2 seconds. If you would like to join, and you are always welcome to join, you can do so by following this link. And that's to our Discord. So come hang out. Everybody's here. Sparrow, Blob, Simply Zoological, Gene, Alfred Super Sauce. He's also there as well. Come and hang out. You can talk Planet Zoo, share your builds, get some feedback, get some advice. You also provide feedback live as well, or catch the latest video. As you know, Sparrow's working on a video for tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see it soon. And you can follow. You'll get a notice when it's live. So by all means, join. Everybody is welcome to do so, and we hope to see you there. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me today. As I mentioned, we're going to have multiple live streams. I did put it out there, so if you want to, we may do a habitat build on stream and make it a stream-only habitat build. So that's something that's available for you guys as well. So let me know if you want to see something like that, and we'll see some more. Otherwise, again, as always, thank you so much for hanging out and supporting the channel. And of course, ciao for now, everybody.
Spel, yes, van dus. Van mondelen also opsimon.